That nigga be crispy. Yeah, hey. I'm shameless, so shameless. With my dogs on the block, it was dangerous. Take your girl out to eat and she's paying. I'm shameless, so shameless. I'ma go hit Tahoe up. Come bring the Tahoe truck, body bags on body bags. Come pick this garbage up. DJ mixing in the booth, he leave him traumatized up. I ain't got no time to waste. Let's get these commas up. I'm sitting in class, I can't even focus. Looking at teach, hoping that she don't notice. Titty sit right, got ass be poking. Sitting in the front, cause I gotta be the closest. I'm just waiting for the bell, let everybody leave. I passed with an A, but left her with a D.
He said, chill out. Chill, no, just.
Oh no! Boo boo! That's what we won't do.
Oh, is he still not yelling?
No,
still?
Tahoe could incite chaos and ruckus everywhere. But the minute I ask a little question, you chill out. Fuck you in that chill out.
Was he in the red? No. Yeah. Was he in the red? That's funny as hell.
Jesus
Oh my God.
Christ.
The nigga hits me up. Yo, when you gonna invite me on So Shameless? Why you always invite me on the horny podcast? What you talking about, horny podcast?
I was mad offended. Nigga invited me on the horny podcast mad times, bro. Nigga invited me. The first time he did, I was like, all right, cool, it's new. Cool, boom. Mm-hmm. Then you bring back, I don't like boy. I'm like, why you keep putting me in this weird position, bro? But I'm not going to say no to you. All right, boom. He invited me. I said, bro, stop inviting me to the horny show, bro. Like, I ain't been on So Shameless in like 2 years. Just invite me to the regular show.
He actually did. So you're here. You're here. You wore your pants.
What is They're pants.
What is it, like $7,000 pants?
Oh, my goodness.
You wear this, like, what, have you changed? I know, they say that.
Here it goes.
Here
go the dumb shit.
You do those work to stay the same. So you changed. Like, what is this?
I wear clothes, bro.
You come in here and drip. Last time you came in here in some fucking panty huggers. What was them?
First of all, that's not true. First of all, that's not true. That shows you.
If she's had a motherfucking run.
That shows you how terrible a friend you were. I was in the middle of a run, and Tahoe called and said, "Yo, come on, So Shameless." All right, bro, I got you.
That's actually not what happened.
That is what happened.
No, it isn't. What happened is,
Jesus Christ.
Melly hit you, or somebody hit you to surprise me.
Yes, that's what it was.
And you showed up here in some panties.
And they were my. You did. It was to surprise them, yeah. For my running, but they called me when I was in the middle of a run, so I was like, all right, as soon as I'm done with my run, I'll come over there. They weren't panties.
Had a slit. Yeah, like a skirt.
They're aerodynamic. So like when you're running, whatever, you don't run, whatever. But that was not the last time I was here. The last time I was here, I had some good John Elliott's on. I had the barriers.
This nigga doing
shirt on.
Remember when Biggie started talking all that, hey, Coogee, this thing, you ain't know what the fuck he was talking about. That was when the whole Brooklyn changed. This is what niggas trying to do to us right now. What you trying to take us, bro?
I'm just waiting for you to start the podcast, bro. I'm a simple black man, bro. I'm just happy to be here.
Simple. Is anybody in here that is meant? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Raise your hand if you would ever consider Miles simple.
Oh, you said
Nobody.
Toro.
No.
I don't personally know you. So.
Right. So you see me, you don't see simple?
I don't want to answer the question.
Look at which part of looking at you would you have on?
Or I have on regular clothes.
These new glasses that you've gotten.
Dapper Dan Gucci glasses?
No, these are not Dapper Dan Gucci glasses. These are just regular Gucci optical frames.
First of all, I want to say you fly. I wouldn't say you fly.
Thank you, brother.
I want to say you fly. I'm joking in a appreciative way.
I can't wait to steal something from your house.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
The nigga's a collector of fine things, I will say.
Yeah. I haven't been there in a while.
We was out with a couple of his fine things last summer. You still mess with those girls? See what I did right there?
Let's go. Let's walk. No, I'm not. This is not that show. Nope.
He may.
No.
He may. I think I'm covered though.
Not the way you just told me to chill out before we started recording.
Just relax.
Just relax, right?
You going that hard?
You started with me.
You're not in a relationship. No, wait. All right, stop.
No, keep going. You're right. You are correct.
How's things going, my friend?
Life is good. Life is blessed. God is good. Yeah, we reaping the benefits of all this hard work.
I'm sitting here next to my sister, your sister.
Yes.
Miss Dodger Bell. She
yes.
She has a problem. She has an issue.
I do.
She said, You know, this nigga's never invited me to Guys Next Door.
You can never talk to this nigga about nothing.
Nothing, son. Nothing. He
Why
just,
haven't
You are
been
the
on Guys Next
Jason
Door?
Lee of niggas.
Why hasn't Dodge been on Guys Next Door yet?
Because since we're doing it, like you just said in the back, she was invited.
So you turned down Guys Next Door. You didn't
And of course, she didn't tell you that she turned it down. She only talked about the other part.
I did not turn it down.
So you was on
I
Guys
was
Next Door?
called literally last minute on a weekday
Wasn't last
you were
minute.
when I had to work.
It wasn't last minute at all.
It
didn't
was
plan
it
you.
was
It was like a
it was
second thought.
not
It was not last minute at all.
It was very last minute.
Not at all.
It was very much like, yo, you want to do Guys Next Door tomorrow at 2:00? And I said, what do I do for a living? It was like a Wednesday.
I thought it was,
why would I?
If she said,
I work,
if
nigga.
she always
I
say,
have a job.
this is my problem. You people aren't held accountable. If
Okay.
she always saying fuck them kids, here goes an opportune time to say fuck them kids and what she didn't do. Fuck them kids. She went her stupid ass into work and
Yes.
missed out being on Guy Next
But
Door.
you don't
It's
know
always
what
fuck
I
them
had
kids.
going on.
It's always fuck them kids. I hate this job. Fuck this job until it's time to say fuck this job.
I want to know this. Trom, do you think that Dodge would be a good guest on Guys Next Door?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Melly?
she'd be amazing guest.
No? Matter of fact, let's do this. If you're out there and you're listening to this podcast right now,
Please don't do this.
and you
'Cause
think
now I'm
that
really
Miss
not gonna
Daja
go.
Bell would be a good guest
Now I'm really not gonna go.
on Guys Next Door, please at Mouse
Don't
Jones.
give me the fucking pity
and
party.
let him know that we should have Miss Daja Bell on Guys Next Door as soon as possible. As a matter
Mouse
of
told
fact,
me for mad long that he didn't invite me because I was gonna go in there
Yeah, she
and I
didn't
was
have
gonna
no
start
clue.
shit with him. And
Yeah, she didn't have no clue.
I had no clue, no decorum. He thought I was gonna go in there and just like fuck all his shit up, and I'm like, I do that in private.
no, but you do that. You
No,
I do that in
you're
private.
Oppy.
Not
I'm
Oppy.
Oppy?
No, she's not
She'll
Oppy.
come in and she'll be like, see, because you're a this or you're a that.
So Dodge is used
Why
to...
you look like that in the face?
Dodge...
I'm
so-
Oppy.
so-
Oppy's
Oppy's a
crazy.
bad word.
Oppy's
Okay,
crazy.
so
She's not
Oppy
Oppy. Yeah, that was
goes
aggressive.
crazy.
Oppy was aggressive.
I called Melly Oppy. She stopped talking to me for about 2 months.
She just lacks tact sometimes.
Okay, you're tactless.
No, I didn't see. Tactless is too definite. That's definite. Like she's just forever tactless. Sometimes she just lacks tact.
I like me.
Sometimes.
Me.
Not all the time.
On air.
You know, He-Man Woman Hater Club. It's still airs. Like it's still on.
What did I ever do with the He-Man Woman Haters Club?
The
To
min-
you.
The minute I start.
To you.
All right. First of all, you can't say to me because there was other people on the show. You did it to them.
I know I do a lot of shit to other people.
All right. Perfect,
What have I done to you?
Perfect example. When I first started getting, really successful, you came on the show and you was like, "Let me tell y'all about Mouse Jones."
That's the Oppy shit I was
And
talking
I'm like,
What I said.
I'm like, boy, where you going with
But
this?
what did I say?
And then she like, that motherfucker, you can't reach him no more.
Facts.
Fucking, I call you, I'm your sister. Answer the fucking phone.
Did I
I
lie?
don't care that you're in the writer's room. Yes, that's
Did
crazy.
I? But
I'm
did I
at my
lie?
job. I
But did
cannot
lie?
answer.
Oh, so when you called me to be on your
I
show
never
when
said
I
fuck
was at my job,
I never said fuck my job.
I've
Fuck
never
that.
said fuck this job.
Yes, you did.
This one,
You said fuck them kids.
I say fuck them kids every day because I
But
have them.
until it's time to say fuck them kids for real.
It's never.
My
I
only problem is
never
keep
put
the si-
potting over my career. Are you dumb? Because
You
I
said
have a
fuck them kids.
career on
You
top
said-
of potting.
You said fuck them kids,
When I say that, I'm normally talking about your goddaughter.
Oh shit.
which is crazy.
Shout out to
Something about that.
Shout out to Squirtle.
Now it's shout out to Squirtle.
Shout out
When the last
to
time
Squirtle.
you seen Squirtle?
All right.
Last time we was on the
Trom.
phone.
All right, hold on. Trom,
Stop keeping
how
it
you
from
doing?
me.
Bitch.
Trom, how you doing?
That's why you can't come on Guys Next Door.
Exactly, because
use
you know
words
I'ma
like
call
that.
you a
Yeah,
bitch
that's
when you
crazy.
acting like
We
a
don't
bitch.
act like that at Guys Next Door.
Absolutely not Oppy behavior, by the way. None of this is just
No,
friends,
that is
family.
a little Oppy.
This is family.
That's
now
a
this
little
is-
Oppy.
no, this is-
That's a little Oppy.
First of all, you bought my family business on this podcast because I never have disdain or anything against Mouse on air.
Never. This is family for
just
real.
want to let y'all know that they both said, don't let him do this.
And you're not doing
And
it.
they both did it.
No, we didn't. We had a
Immediately.
civil
10
discourse
minutes
between
into-
each other.
We did it because you
10
allowed
minutes
it.
in. 10
You
minutes
feel
in.
like we did that? We did what he tried to get us to do.
Yes, we just did it.
I think we just had civil discourse.
Nigga, you just said that you ain't invite me on your show because I am tactless.
Sometimes.
Yeah, tactless.
You have been tactless at times. And there's a lot of
So
money.
you ain't think
we make
you
a
don't
lot of
feel like
money
you
at Guys
fell into
Next
his
Door.
you don't think that you fell into his little trap just then?
Nope, because it's happening on So Shameless and not on Guys Next Door.
He actually said that she wasn't tactless, and then he agreed to it.
No, I said she
Later
wasn't.
on.
I said she wasn't an Oppy.
You said she wasn't tactless either.
No, I said she's not always tactless. You called her tactless. I said at times she just lacks tact.
That's
There's
the
a
same
difference.
fucking-
No, it is not.
Semantics.
To be tactless.
Womantics.
Woman.
Is that inside? That's an insider?
Yeah. This
Okay.
one-
All right.
shameless
So
word.
shameless.
Shout
Insider.
out to Dodge.
Wow.
How y'all feeling, man?
I was feeling welcome until that right there.
And you allowed it. And I'm sitting here watching you.
I
Like,
just came from up the block, up the way just now. I just seen Tax's lawyer.
Shout out to Montgomery.
Yeah, yep. I just seen Tax's lawyer. You know, things are happening. I don't want no internet presence. I don't want all of that. I just want y'all to pray. If you know who we talking about, you know he's our family. Pray. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Pray
Dogs
for
is
good
his lawyer?
tidings.
Dogs? Is his lawyer?
Kenny.
Really? I didn't know that.
yeah.
Been
from
his
the
lawyer
beginning.
from
Did not
even
know that.
Day
before.
one.
Yeah.
From the
very beginning.
inaugural day.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, free tax don't toes backwards, you know.
Facts.
He gets a lot of love out here.
As he
You know what I'm saying?
should.
He actually gets a lot of bad things, but good things. We need good things. We need good energy. You know what I'm saying? Going forward. Not very many people pay attention to how many people he's helped. Like actually put his hand on and helped and pushed him through the way. Actually helped Mouse Jones. He go ahead, Mouse, speak on it.
I tell everybody all the time I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for, you know, Taxstone, OG Reg, Charlemagne, like those are three dudes who helped me when they didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have to at all. So, you know.
Got nothing out of it. So
Never ask for nothing. Never ask for nothing. Won't take nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like what you know what I mean? God bless OG Reg, but like wouldn't take nothing to this day. Tax will call me, boom, boom, yo, you need me to do nah, you go, boom, boom, just chop it up. So, you know, it's always gonna be safe though. We always gonna fly that flag over here on this side, no matter what. Dodge is the one who told me to come outside.
No, fuck you.
All right, that's what you're saying.
No,
We were
I don't
talking
have nothing to say.
specifically about this man. All right, this is
I just want to say, yo, I'm sorry.
Tahoe.
that's
Tahoe,
what
is your
they say.
middle name Lucifer?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Something like that.
Because you just sow
In
seeds of
Swahili.
deceit.
No.
And it
no.
just grows.
You know what's so funny? I feel like Tahoe asked these questions, right? And Mouse has a very unique opportunity to say the right thing, and you continue. This is second time that you did twice
Oh, you
in
did
10
this
minutes.
before? Wow.
No,
No,
I'm
she
talking about here.
I've
Twice
given
in
Dodge
10 minutes.
every platform. I've given Dodge the credit for
Except
telling
for
me to
my
come
own.
outside.
Except for my own.
But he didn't ask that. He specifically asked about
Tax.
taxes' influence on my career.
Yes, and then you named 3 people.
Because they're all connected. They're
Huh.
all connected.
Huh.
That same opportunity is connected to all three.
Okay.
That's really.
I hate it here.
Let's reel it in. Dodge, you feeling a little better than you was feeling last week?
No, clearly.
How was I feeling last week? Did you check in? Do you know?
I can guess as to how you was feeling.
How was I feeling?
Like you
Yes.
feel today.
How do I feel today?
Like an asshole.
3 for 3. When I start, we gonna see real Tactless. I'm just letting you know. I take the hits first, but when I come back,
All right, Dodge Mayweather. All right.
okay,
Like the Black Panther? You absorb the hits?
I absorb them. Like Tahoe say, I be loading up. It's all right. I just want everybody out there to know we are 3. It's 3 right now.
That's crazy.
When I start, I don't want to hear nothing.
That's crazy.
But who's counting?
Right, y'all mentioned Black Panther. I was about to get into it again because I never seen Black Panther get his ass kicked like that. But Shuri, shout out to Shuri and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
He
got
told
your
me
ass
he didn't
kicked.
get his ass kicked.
He's talking
Not
about
like the
Shuri.
way she got kicked by fucking. She got her ass kicked by
Yo,
Namor.
a nigga with the
Namor
mumps.
kicked her ass.
A nigga with the mumps. A nigga with no superpowers. Niggas, they did the
He was
shiver.
fucking Lori Harvey.
What? No,
He's
not at the
one
time.
of the strongest people
Not
in
at
the
the
world.
time. That was white woman vagina on him.
Oh,
No,
You let yes,
nah,
it
that
was.
was before white. No, that
No,
was
it wasn't.
No, it
no,
wasn't.
he was white women after the wire.
No, he was white woman.
He was
exactly
he snitched.
In between,
he got killed, and then he started dating
in
white
between,
people.
exactly. In between the wire and Black Panther 1, Michael B. Jordan was
Yeah,
vanilla,
Yeah.
and he had the mumps on him, and they both took. Remember, T'Challa like a dummy. He took the joint and said, "You no longer have the spirit
Let
of
me
the
ask you a
Black
question.
Panther." And got his
Let me
ass
ask you a question.
whooped.
Real talk. You find out a woman was dating white men before that you're dating too.
I'm going. I'm going. I've been there. I'm going.
You can't do it no more.
Absolutely. I'm
What
out.
does it do in your head? What is
You
the thoughts that you
actively
have?
was attracted to white men. Like you actively were attracted to white
Like
men.
dating, like literally dating.
Like you were like you seen white men on like.
But
Go ahead, you can say it, Dodge. I know you. This is your one. Go ahead, let it go. Let it go.
He dates white women.
does he?
No, I don't date white women.
You have sex with white women.
I had sex with one white woman, and that white woman told me she was Puerto Rican.
No, she did not.
No,
You're
I'm
lying. You're lying. Don't
No,
lie.
she said she's like a Kardashian. She said
and
I'm
they're
literally
white.
Puerto Rican.
No, she said Persian,
She said
dumbass.
Persian, and you said
Persian, Puerto Rican, and say I was told Persians were Spanish people.
You never thought no Kardashian was a Hispanic.
She said Persian. I thought they were Spanish. So then
That's
when I
what you
found
thought?
out,
That's what you thought?
yes, nigga. You keep asking me the same
That
question. Yes.
woman was white. I told
And when I found
you.
out she was white, what I do? I treated her like a white woman.
You're
ran up the check and got out of there. That's not what happened.
I specifically
You can ask
told
what
you
your
that was
reparations,
a
sir.
white woman, and
I
you
didn't believe
told
you.
me no. You think as your sister, I would lie to you.
When you
I think you just didn't like her.
that actually brings up the fact that they are Arabic or something like that of some
A
sort, right?
white woman,
You said
white.
because that's all
The
right.
WH sound.
Thank you.
Dash.
Yes?
You find out a guy was dating white women before. Did it turn you off? Bother you?
No,
You still would be
it depends.
Tron.
How many white women? I gotta count them.
Tron.
There's
No
a limit.
problem. That should pass.
I'm telling you right now, I would still beat. We could not do nothing. For
Oh,
him.
yeah, you didn't ask that. Yeah, you didn't give me that caveat. Yeah, I'm if the pussy's on the table, I'm taking it.
Taking the pussy just for
Unless, was you fucking this white man raw?
or if you have babies, or if you have a white baby, black and white.
First
baby.
of all, you know good and well.
black
Me
white.
and women with kids.
What if it was like a brief phase, like 10 years ago?
It's still. I don't know how long it takes white people.
That's
to get
like
off you.
when I had this sex with a chick that had crack. That wasn't. She had crack.
Oh
like
no,
10 years
crackhead.
ago.
Yeah, crackhead don't ever rub off. Tahoe was forever the nigga that was fucking crackhead.
It was one crackhead.
It's still
She
enough.
wasn't even a crackhead. She had one piece of crack.
No, she didn't. Now
She
you're
had one
lying.
piece of
Now
crack.
you-
I swear to God.
All right, that's a crackhead.
So she's a crack user, not a crack head.
See, she doesn't lack. She's not tactless.
I
It was
wanna
just
go
lack
home
of tact.
so
She's a
bad.
retired, like she was an ex-crack user. She
That's a
used it
crackhead.
before. It's different.
No,
A
it's not.
head means that like you're on it, like a weed head. That doesn't mean you smoked weed before.
Would you leave her? Would you leave her in the house by herself? No.
Case closed.
Case closed. But you tell me you did crack, you'd never stay near any valuables by yourself.
But what is it though? Like, cause I'm not super Malcolm Xy or Huey Newton. But what is it in me that makes me say, you know what? You fucked with a white man before, like that. I can't take you seriously. What is that? What is that feeling?
One
Yeah, if you fucked
One
with
is
him
enough, bro.
seriously,
One is not enough for me.
You were seriously like that?
Because you
it's-
women, especially one, I'm petty enough to be like, I don't care when it was, but I'm gonna just go ahead and be like, how long ago was this? If she says it was after 30s, women after 24, after 26, they looking like they ready to settle down. So that means that you seen yourself settling down with this white man, and that's you not pro black enough for me,
But
sister.
what if she says, you know, the brothers that she had dated really had like
That don't have nothing to do with nothing.
that's
You ain't
I
date all the
know a
brothers. You
woman-
dated the brothers you were you had access to. You didn't date all the men, all the black men in the world. You dated the black men you had access to.
Okay.
What Jay Z
And the ones that
said.
she
What
had
Jay Z
access
said.
to,
If you
let her down.
if your plane don't got the nail, switch to a better plane.
I ain't hear him say that.
You supposed to switch.
He said that?
Yeah.
It was a song.
Yes.
You was around him or something? You met Jay-Z in those pants? Is that ever since you met Jay-Z you started wearing gazelles and Gucci
These
pants?
aren't gazelles, and you are really showing your age.
I'm sorry.
Like every big frame glass is a gazelle. Sorry, Run DMC. Tahoe ho ho.
I was on the internet as I usually am. It's where I
fucking
live.
hate it
Pay attention to things. A couple weeks ago, a young player was playing football and basically had a cardiac arrest on the field. Some of the sport, everybody shut down. Everybody was just totally focused on him while he was on the field. And Skip Bayless, if I may, can I pull up the tweet? Let me see if I have it. I suppose the mouse knows where I'm going with this. What's the tweet?
The one I had posted or the one he posted?
The one that he posted was. What's the tweet? It's here, I think. No doubt, Skip Bayless, while the young man is on the field, posted, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. The world went crazy. As a matter of fact, there was right now, somebody tweeted this and says, are you seriously talking about when the football game should be postponed? Damar Hamlin's health is all that matters at this moment, nothing else. This is probably one of the first times I believe that something like this, of this magnitude, has happened on a football field. Mm-hmm. So they stopped the game. You know, he really was fighting for his life for a few days. He's back, and, you know, but it seemed as if the social media really was very bothered by Skip Bayless's approach to this situation. Mm-hmm. Trom, do you understand why?
Yeah, I understand. It was tactless.
This nigga's nuts.
Yo, this nigga's yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I might need a So Shameless residency. I might just need a month here. I might need to do So Shameless featuring Mouse Jones a month. That was great.
Bring with it.
That was great. That was fucking great.
I will not be here.
It was perfect.
That was great. Woo.
Dosh, what do you think about this tweet?
I think y'all niggas can't read.
That's pretty much what it boils down to.
Mouse actually. Now, it was like everybody was quiet. A lot of people were quiet. Mm-hmm. Nobody really wanted to infuriate the masses with this. You know, somebody's health is on the line. Mm-hmm. I asked it about it because I saw Mouse and I was trying to figure it out too. For me, I was just like, what did he say? I'm talking about they were calling for cancellations. He had to go and apologize. It was on every damn station. His tweet.
Did he apologize?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he didn't.
He didn't.
He
didn't apologize.
He tripled down on that shit.
As he should have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mouse, explain what you think about this situation.
Far be it, like I said on Twitter, like far be it for me to ever defend a white man. Like a white man getting his ass whooped, I'm either gonna walk by and get a kick in, or I'm gonna keep walking by. Like it doesn't matter. Like yeah, like. So when he was getting his ass whooped for that, go for it. Now here goes the problem. All right, in a big long-winded way. Here goes the problem. Twitter is not the place for a lot of things. Professional journalism, unfortunately, is one of them, because that tweet was a tweet from a seasoned and veteran journalist where he identified a problem, he built the world around it, gave you the backstory, why is this so important, and ended it with,
it's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
All of that is irrelevant.
Without using the word saying, oh my God, this is a travesty. He painted the story and the view of the NFL's plight. Now, is this the place, is this the time to really, you know, show empathy
while it's happening?
To show empathy to the NFL, or, you know, not even show empathy, but just, you know, play devil advocate, like, hey, the NFL has to figure out a way of this. Mm-hmm. Is that the place for it? No. But he didn't minimize that man's life. He didn't make it about the sport. People literally, what you are seeing people react to,
lack of comprehension.
And also people stop reading after they see what they mad about.
But it's bigger than that. Like, we're talking about a place where the reading level, and you can tell this every single day, the reading level of most adults in America is literally on the cusp between elementary and junior high school. That's across the board. You can Google that. Once he now this is seemingly irrelevant. Once he added that caveat, there was nothing for anybody to be upset about, because he's saying these are the things that are going to have to happen next. Mm-hmm. And in context, all of these things now seem irrelevant because this man is hurt. This man is down. He's fighting for his life on the field. He had a freaking heart attack in his 20s. So all of these other things are now irrelevant. He listed all of the irrelevant things and said they were irrelevant, but niggas can't read.
The problem is the timing. If you're talking
And you
about
can get
things
mad
that
at
are
the timing, but he
irrelevant,
didn't say anything wrong.
if you're talking about things that are irrelevant, then why would you bring it up?
'Cause his
Because
job-
it's irrelevant.
No,
But
his job
like-
is to.
It's irrelevant in that moment, so why
but doesn't
mention
he
it?
always
His job
tweet
is
while
to
the
tweet.
game
His
is
job
going.
is
That is
not
his job
to
as
mention
a-
something like that in that
Some,
time.
what is something
What
like
was
that?
it? What did he say?
Wait until at least you know whether this man is alive or not before you talk about whether we're going to continue a football game.
But that's not what he
that's not what he-
said.
that's not what he said.
He said he was
He
talking
didn't
about
say
when
it
this
up.
he
Yeah,
didn't
now we
discuss.
just finished
He didn't.
Skip Bayless
He
and it makes
didn't.
me
One
tight.
in that entire tweet, he never discussed the actual game continuing. At that point, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe by the time he sent that tweet, the game had already been called. He was speaking about how important that game is.
Yes, to the
Like
season.
that was a divisional game. How important that game was, and how, if at all, are they going to rectify it going further? He didn't
No,
say
so
anything.
let me stop you right
Go
there.
ahead.
The first line of the tweet, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game.
All right,
That
okay,
means
cool. That means
he's-
the game wasn't called yet.
That means,
That means he's live tweeting during the game.
live
like he
tweeting
probably
within
was.
minutes of this happening. The timing was bad. I understand the what you're saying about the last sentence, but it was no need to point out whether this game was going to be finished in that moment. Nobody's concerned about that.
I can't tell a journalist how to do his job.
That's not
It's
fair.
it wasn't his job to
That
talk about.
his job
if
is to
anything, the
cover
people that
sports.
were on air, the commentators that were on air, maybe it was their job to talk about that.
For the
not
people
fair.
that have,
and even
for
them,
the people that have that channel. Now, for the people who don't have that channel, or the people who
nobody
are
else
at work,
nobody else did that. I was watching the game. Nobody else was worried about that in that moment. To
Neither was he. He said it was irrelevant.
but you can't bring up something and then be like, oh, but that's
He didn't bring-
because you're bringing it up. Like it's not. Why would you bring it up if it's irrelevant?
because that's what's happening. Because we understand the
tactless.
series of events that's about to happen.
Like-
I understand what you're saying, and I understand that the last sentence made it a little bit more bearable, but the timing was off. It lacked tact. Read the room. On top of the fact that it came from Skip Bayless is a whole nother story because he's just a dick in general, and he lacks.
he does lack. Typically, he lacks a lot of tact.
So
That's a
So
tactless.
I'm like Skip Bayless. That's what you were trying to say.
I said he lacks a lot of tact. I just said at times you have lacked tact.
Okay,
Not
so
in
I'm
volume.
okay.
I read the tweet. I feel as if people have to do their job. This is his job. His job is also to stand out. Now, this game is, when he tweeted that, there were hundreds of people on the field. Ambulances on the field. Doctors all on the field. Everything's on the field. The game is nowhere near being thought about. And he's like, yo, this is basically he's saying we're probably not going to continue this, but it's crazy because of the level of where this game is.
Mm-hmm.
Not that any of that matters. Do you don't feel like social media is like super sensitive? Because
No,
did
it's not
it.
super sensitive. Niggas can't
But
read.
But
No, it is
you
super
you
sensitive.
seem to be sensitive about this. You
not
know.
sensitive. Here's the thing. I don't think he should have been fired. I don't think he should have been
They were
called
calling for his job.
at the level that they were calling for him. I do feel like he should have
Shannon
issued
Sharp
an
took off.
apology. He should have issued an apology because some people were offended by this, and you can't be like, oh well, they shouldn't have been offended or whatever
you-
the case.
Why
Should
would
you
you
always
Hold on.
y'all got me defending the NFL.
Hold
all
on.
types
Hold
of
on.
shit today.
Hold on.
Whoa.
So, I just want to make sure before I respond to what I'm responding to.
Yeah.
Your thought or your feeling is that he should have apologized because people were offended.
It was insensitive. And after saying the comment, I understand his intentions, but understanding the moment and
So,
how
he
how
said
heavy it
something that
was.
was insensitive and offended people. Therefore, he should apologize.
In that moment,
I'm
I'm
just
not
going off
saying
of what you said.
Right. I'm not saying like any time that you say something that other people deem insensitive, you owe them an apology. I'm saying
Why not?
So yeah,
This-
so
because
now we're on
under
it-
this
we're-
guy's,
we're
We're on that
everybody get
slope. So
apologies.
why?
because every situation
Because on this
is
podcast,
different.
y'all sit on here and y'all say between the two of y'all have said some things that are deemed insensitive.
There's
and
always-
y'all refuse to apologize for it.
I'm always talking about the context of it.
I apologize too much. Talk about him. Listen, Tax actually called me. He was like, "Stop apologizing, nigga. You fucking F word." He didn't say F word. Swear to God.
So now, you try to throw the man under the bus.
It's
Oh,
true.
there's not a big enough bus for that already.
I mean, you're here.
This
You're
was
the
years
biggest
ago.
bust in the room.
This was years ago, by the way.
That's crazy.
I've been apologizing for
So,
years.
but no, right? Y'all have said things about the black queer community, the queer community at large. Y'all have said things about gender roles and interactions that is deemed offensive and insensitive. Y'all refuse to apologize because I'm just saying the facts. I'm just giving the context.
What I said about?
All right, I'm talking about him now. Let it go.
You say y'all.
All right, but then you said it wasn't true, so you removed yourself. Right?
I've never been the one to claim like I know everything. I'm super socially conscious about everything that's going on right now. If I ever, said something that was deemed insensitive, I got no problem apologizing. Absolutely, especially if all of my respected colleagues and other professionals are like advising me, like, yo, that was wrong.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that's my question. What Skip said in that tweet, we're saying that it was insensitive, and we are saying that it was ill-timed. But literally the next day, half of all of the commentators were saying the exact same thing.
The next day.
So he's so
24 hours
there's
later.
a time. It wasn't not 24
12
hours.
It was
later.
like 12
Sorry,
hours.
So
12
what I'm
hours.
saying is, so there's a time lapse on sensitivity.
Yes,
so like you
absolutely.
can say something, but you got to wait 12 hours after the event, and then you can say the truth because he didn't say nothing but the truth.
If you see a old lady fall down the stairs,
I'ma say,
aren't you gonna make
"Damn."
sure she's alive first before you laugh?
I think people
Like-
watch. I think people will watch. I think.
Look,
I think
don't.
all those people, and we've been a part of it. I've done
I'm
it.
laughing already. I don't even know.
Old lady down the stairs. I don't care who she is. I'm rolling.
I'm gonna ask if you're okay, and
I'm
I'm gonna be like,
laughing at
"Damn,
the same
fall into
time.
the tumble, huh?"
I'm laughing, but I'm not gonna let her see me laughing.
I'll show you this.
I'll do that.
Thank
I'll
you.
tell you what
You're
the
gonna-
other-
But
you're gonna
nobody
laugh on
laughed.
I'll tell you
Twitter
what. I'll
with
tell
a
you what.
video of it?
I'll tell you what all them other broadcasters do. They seen Skip jump out there, and they had something to say, and they had their takes, and they had their takes ready. Skip just happened to get his ass whooped first.
And they was
So
like,
everybody
"Nope."
said, I'm
I
gonna
ain't
tell you
gonna
how
say
that.
shit.
I'm gonna tell you how that happens all the time. Being Tahoe's friend. Tahoe say some shit. Tahoe hit me up one day and was like, "Yo, you not gonna say nothing? You not gonna help me?"
I'm Oppy.
Tahoe hit me up and said, "Yo, you not gonna help me?" I said,
didn't
"Boy,
say
you
that.
shouldn't have said that."
No, I said you never say anything. You say everything you say is stupid. He said, I'm staying away from it. It's just not.
Yeah, I said that was stupid. You shouldn't have said that.
That's what he said.
And I said you shouldn't have said that. I'm definitely not gonna get on here and help you out. No, I'm not. You.
Let me ask y'all this. I don't know if y'all ever watched the show Billions.
No, but I know about it.
So it's based off
Love
of
Billions.
a dude that made billions of dollars during 9/11. His trading company was based in, I believe, in the financial district where the shit happened. A bunch of his colleagues died that day. He didn't make it into the office. While his colleagues and partners were dying, he shorted stocks on the airlines and made billions of dollars. Right? So.
It's nuts. That's literally how he made his money.
Right?
They cover this in the show.
So it's kind of like, so he's like, he was
might have to watch
he was
this.
doing his job. That's what he's supposed to do, make money for his clients and the hedge funds and all this shit. But
Sorry.
he also got a lot of backlash because it's like, you did this while your
entire-
brothers were
You know
dying.
who
Right.
does? You know who has no backlash? The kids that's going to college. The people that are benefiting from generational wealth. This is what I'm saying.
So he's donating to the parents that died.
Whoever he's
His
donating
colleagues,
to
he's
or who
donating
not,
money
the
to them,
people
but they're
seeing the
like,
bottom,
this is like
the
bad
people
money.
seeing the bottom line is not complaining. They're like, "Ooh, I can't believe you did that." They not. Same thing with Skip. Skip was doing his job, and this is what I keep telling people. This is the problem with Twitter and a lot of social media. Back in the day, there was a fucking glass separator, like a museum, between audience, professional. Social media brought it down,
Right.
and for some of us, me, that's a good thing because I was able
slip
to
through.
step over.
Right.
But I had proved that I had the ethics to step to, the talent, and the wherewithal to know my surroundings. And if not, I got to eat that. But now that that barrier is down, everyone thinks that they could do their job. So Joe Blow, Jabbar on the corner down the block, think he can do Skip's job better than him because he played JV football and got 2 touchdowns. And everybody said, "Good job, yo, you going to the league." And now when he did it, and now he on the block and he's telling everybody, "Yo, this is just politics. I could have went to the league. It was politics." That's niggas' favorite line is politics. That's why they can't go to the league. So now they think they could be a commentator with 150 followers and no real tape.
I'm telling you.
So everyone think they could do Skip job Bayless. Everybody think they could do Skip Bayless' job better than him. That's why all of that criticism happens, because you can't.
But they don't know. No, but that's the thing.
But it was
They
people
don't
on his
know
level
that
that
they can't.
criticized.
They really believe that shit. They really. My favorite tweet right now that I refer to all the time, and I don't feel like pulling it up. It basically said social media fucked everybody up because when you were in school, you had the lead class.
Oh yeah, I see that.
You had the regular gen ed class and you had the resource class. Right now, resource niggas is talking like they got the gen ed and the AP education that they don't have, and everybody has an opinion. And it's okay that everybody has an opinion, but you don't have the accolades to talk to me. You don't have the knowledge. You didn't read as many books. There's some of y'all that don't need to speak to me. At my 33 years old, I don't need no 18-year-old telling me what the fuck should be, shouldn't be. And that's the problem with social media. We're all coupled
I want to
together.
go that far.
I will.
The 18-year-old. If you don't learn, you die.
No, I continuously learn. But I don't need an 18-year-old trying to school me on life. Y'all don't know shit. And that's what happens on social media.
They know something.
They
I just
know
won't go that far to say that.
Experience, and
Right.
they should speak to their peers.
Right.
When I go on social media,
an 18-year-old could tell us about the 18-year-old experience.
Yes.
And there's something we can pull from that. All right. I don't ever want to get into the space where we're turning away conversation. That's the only thing that's gonna keep us alive.
I'm never turning away conversation, but I will turn away criticism.
If that's the case, then why are you being better than your parents? If that's the case, why are you being better than your uncles and aunts and the OGs that we came up under?
The problem is that people on the internet don't have the experience in certain things, and then it's almost like a person with no kids telling you how to
we're
parent.
talking about two different.
Okay,
yes.
you have had experience as a child, but you don't know that.
You don't know
other
this
things.
side.
There's nuance to being a parent, right?
Like there's nuance to being a child.
There is.
Yeah.
But I've been there with you and a million other kids, and I'm telling you right now that until you're a parent,
don't talk to me. And that's how I get.
Until you're a parent, don't tell me about parenting. Absolutely.
And that's how I feel. And I feel like that way about a lot of things. Like until you have had certain experiences, I really don't want to hear you talk to me. I'm not saying that you cannot have an opinion. You can have an opinion. You can talk all you want. You can spew all your shit, but don't speak to me.
Well, in this situation, I'm not talking about the random people on Twitter coming from him. His colleagues, including his co-hosts.
Yeah, his colleagues
only because they saw him get his ass whooped. Because if he didn't, I don't feel like if he caught all that backlash, all of his colleagues would have so much to say.
So none of them are independent thinkers. They just going off of.
A lot of the world is controlled by the influence of the masses of social media now. It is. It's like, I see
the bottom line. It's the bottom line.
His colleagues are literally journalists that have to state their opinion on things after opinions have been given all over the internet all day.
You mean Shannon?
That's his co-host. I'm talking about other people, Jay Williams and
they all argue with each other all day. This is what they do. Arguing with
a good handful of them criticize them.
I think those, I think in that instant, true criticism comes in silence. It comes in action, right? Mm-hmm. If I will put the criticism light on myself, right? There was a time where everyone in this room knew that if something happened that I did not like, I'm going crazy. I'm saying something about it on the podcast. I'm saying something about it on Twitter. If I see the nigga out, I'm saying it to him. Mm-hmm. It's war. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I'm at the part now where it's like, oh no, true criticism is in the silence and the action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nigga never say nothing, no motherfucking to help me out.
Well, I'm happy you learned that lesson because it took us a while to get there, child.
Let me explain. It did.
I love you so much because my God.
We've had so many but I think
so
Mel's
many
got something
fucking
to lose
interventions
now.
and shit.
It's not even about having something. I've always had something to lose. I didn't realize I had something to lose. It wasn't as, back then I had the opportunity to get what I have now. I had to lose.
Yes.
Now I just have the things actualized to lose. I care.
You're mature.
I care even less.
There's something about growing up.
Yes.
And saying, you know what? Older. I've worked hard for this. I'm gonna move a certain way.
It's not that. I can assure you it's not that. Because I can lose it all and get it back. That's not what I'm worried about.
Okay,
like 2 bricks, I get it all back. Whoa, how to pause that? Oh, but no, what I'm saying is, I really believe what I say. It's the truth.
That's where the pants came.
True criticism. No, the pants came from Gucci, baby. Not the truth.
Pants came from Gucci, baby. He bitched you. You let him do that?
Bay.
Yeah,
And
he
then
said,
hit me with the.
you gonna let him?
You peeped it?
Go to the kitchen. Hit me with the kitchen.
You gonna let him little bro you like that on your show? You gonna let him little bro you on your show? That's crazy. I never see this before.
What I'm
Listen,
saying,
you gotta be able to learn
what
from
I'm
people
what I'm
around
saying
you.
is those who criticize the most, if you really cared, you would have been quiet. You would have been quiet.
Yep.
When the OGs like Tahoe, and I'm saying Tahoe because he had the most access to me, but when the OGs who didn't have that much access really cared, when something was going on, they didn't say nothing to me online.
No.
They called my phone.
Call your phone.
Those are your friends, though.
No,
that's what
these
he's
are
saying,
OGs.
no.
They not my friends. I don't know them yet, but they call my phone.
Okay.
Back, I remember there was a time, and I can say Charlamagne because at this time he wasn't he was just an OG that looked out. He now, but before he wasn't. And I was having a public back and forth with somebody. He called my phone. He could be doing something with the baby or something. He called my phone. He said, "Hey yo, leave that alone."
You like the way Shannon handled it? Because he didn't say nothing.
Him
He
and
didn't tweet
Shannon
at him or nothing.
have to work. That's the job. Shannon, I'm pretty sure, is annoyed with other things as
Yes.
you would as a co-host. So that was probably just the icing on the cake.
Right. Because his character is a part of this.
Let me move on.
Yeah.
Let me move on. We've been on here for
Shannon
a
ain't
while.
no much. Shannon ain't no better. His
Facts.
His
I
old
would
bitch
like to
ass.
say that we mentioned how many times I've said things and Mouse has been quiet. There is a bridge here. Now, one of the things I said was we don't like y'all talking about women. We don't like y'all. We don't this. That doesn't mean I'm sexually attracted to men. But I wasn't able to hear that because Dog was controlling the
Kicking your
tide
ass.
of the conversation. And she put all this shit on top of it. And I'm all of a sudden now I'm on motherfucking, what's the girl's name from Insecure that has the talk show?
It's a Ray.
No.
Amanda Seals.
Amanda
And now I'm on Amanda Seals getting my ass kicked 3-4 months later. But
You should have thought about
so
that.
now hold on, Mouse, because I'm gonna punt this over to you real quick.
I'm here.
The conversation that we were having is that a young lady said that men are emotionally attracted to men
Okay.
and only sexually attracted to women.
Okay.
I seem to recall
Mm-hmm.
a clip of yours from the Guys Next Door show where you said, "Yo, I almost hate that I'm attracted if it wasn't sex.
Yeah.
I would
I would be
can't
gay.
believe I would never choose this.
Yeah.
I would be gay.
Well, I'm just better at podcasting than you.
That's fine. Please. That's fine. That's fine. And you also don't drink, and you also don't have this one here waiting for the moment to pounce on you
well, I
and
wasn't.
be
I
Oppy.
think it's the difference, right?
Because he made it. He made
I turned it
in,
inward.
Yes,
right.
that's what I was.
I
yes.
turned it inward,
and you
all
put
of
it out.
all of this is inward.
So you do believe that you're more emotionally compatible with men?
I never thought it. I would never have that conversation on air. I think it's stupid.
I'm
That's
asking
what
you
I'm
right
saying.
now. Do you think
I'm,
that you're
I'm
more
still not
emotionally
having that I refuse to have that conversation. It's stupid.
Why not?
Because I'm emotionally attracted. I am a man. I'm 33 years old. I've not gone to therapy, so I don't know what the fuck that means. So I wouldn't have that conversation. You see, I'm not copulated to have that conversation. So guess what I don't do? Have that conversation. You know what that does? That separates me from 99.9% of niggas with podcasts.
That is not so shameless behavior. It's such a cop out.
It's not a cop out. It's
Scared
true.
to say
No,
yes.
it's not a scare.
I identify
I don't
more
know.
with men. Women are.
Do I
nuts,
identify more
but
with men?
Because
Yeah, 'cause we're both
am
men.
attracted to them. I wind up with more with women, but they actually turn me off when it comes to anything else.
So let me ask you this, Tahoe.
Is what you're saying?
Let me ask you this. Let's have a With Mouse Jones episode. Is that okay with y'all? Let's have a With Mouse Jones
now.
episode. Okay,
I would
cool.
love to go home.
All right, so let's do it. Let me ask you, Tahoe. What was
Why
the,
am I
what,
here?
What was the intended goal of you bringing that conversation to Dodge and Trump?
When? That at that moment? Back then?
What was the intended goal?
I don't believe that I do not believe that I'm more emotionally attracted. I believe that I'm allowed to have friendships that are healthy and loving with men without women saying, "Oh, you must want to fuck them." But the only
But she
reason
said you
fuck
didn't
with
wanna fuck them.
The only reason that you fucking with me is because of pussy. No, I can like women for one thing, and I can like my friends for another. Why do those
Ready?
lines have to be blurred?
Ready? You ready? One, you didn't answer my question. I asked what was the intended goal.
You didn't answer mine. I did way more.
You didn't
I did way more
you just
answering than you did.
Yes, you used more words, but you didn't answer my question.
used
I
more
asked what was
words.
the intention about it. You told me how you felt about it, but you didn't ask what was the
Have a
intention.
healthy discourse about internet nonsense.
Okay, have a healthy discourse
That's what
about
we always
internet
do.
nonsense.
That's what we always do.
It's impossible, right?
We do it very well here on this podcast.
And that's why now everybody think you hate women.
I mean, I might.
Okay. Here goes the thing.
I might.
Here goes the thing. All that you said, you believe from what you said, you believe you can have healthy relationships and identify with men and you're attracted to women for vagina. Guess what you could have said to her? Yep. Now what? We keep
now
wasting.
the podcast is 14 minutes long.
No, now you just move on to a topic worth talking about where you don't look like you hate women.
I don't mind that. I don't hate women. The social media has made so many people think they're more relevant than they are. I actually have my people. Do you think I hate women? Well, I might, so don't worry about it.
Right. I don't even have to answer the question. You just said you might.
I might. I don't know.
I don't think you hate women.
don't.
I told you you're jealous of women.
Of what? I might be.
I think that
Bitch,
you're.
I might be. Bitch, I might be.
I think sometimes you display jealousy about the way that women are able to present themselves and move around in this world.
I feel that I don't. I have found myself studying it more and more and more. And I was just thinking about today or maybe yesterday while I was working. I was like, women don't like women either. So it's almost like y'all don't. Yo,
what I'm saying,
women
bro?
and women hate when another chick treat them the way she would treat a nigga.
So what?
Like, bitch, you ain't going to, especially if it's at work or some shit like that. Who that bitch think she talking to?
But does that alleviate you of having to treat them better?
No, I'm gonna treat women good regardless.
But they say you're not. They say you hate them.
No, they say I talk stupid on the show about him, but in real life, I believe most women are gonna say, nah, he's definitely on the up and up with me.
Yeah.
But
I just think
that
we have opportunities with these microphones in front of us, these cameras on us, to be so much more. than what
Pander,
we're
pander,
choosing
pander,
to
pander,
be.
pander. Shut up.
Who am I pandering to?
fuck
Shut
out
up.
of here with that. So do that.
That's fine. I do.
Exactly.
You was just talking about being gay on your show.
Me.
Go be gay.
I'm not gay. I
Your
would.
choice.
It's not. They said it's not
We
gay
can
people.
all-
Gay people said it's not a choice. I have to believe them.
Yo, this is what I'm talking about. It's a social media thing. Everybody wants to be I can still be pro-black. I can still be pro-women. We can still have funny-ass, nonsensical conversations when we want to. We can still hit topics about parenting. We can still hit topics about relationships. Everything ain't got to be all one thing. We have our show. They have their show. It's a million other fucking shows. You don't like it, go. And suck our dick on the way out.
Facts. This is a
crazy.
big SMD on the way out.
On the way out.
Suck dick
Tom, you
out
agree?
the door.
Yeah, I agree.
And they
I'm
have
not
two
mad at it.
teachers over here. They both saying suck these dicks. Fuck out of here.
Listen, I'm just tired. Not y'all specific. I'm just tired of the NWP crisis.
Why?
What's the MVP?
Niggas with podcasts.
No, I'm not tired of it.
I'm
at
tired
all.
of it. I'm tired of it because you know why? Because you
Coming
got
from a nigga with a podcast.
right, and see what happened. We all get looped in because we're a 3-man led podcast, but you won't see us talking about these things. You'll see Tahoe's friends and the fucking. You'll see Ace Metaphor yelling to a microphone.
Ace is
About
very
nonsensical. He's not. He's one of the most
very
unintelligent people I've ever seen in my
Have you ever
life.
spoken to him?
I don't have to. I watch him.
So
I've watched
No,
him.
you're
that's
judging
not
him
fair.
from a clip.
No, I'm
and
not
you don't-
judging- I'm
I've
not
actually
judging
had
him from
several
a clip.
conversations with the man. He's extremely smart.
Yeah,
He's
because he knows how to
extremely
sell.
intelligent.
He knows how to sell bullshit to people.
Nah,
he
bro.
found an audience willing to buy the bullshit, and then he sells it to them. Yeah, that's mad smart.
If you just watch the clips, you're like, okay, he's saying things to get followers. If you actually have real conversations with him, you can still say he's saying things to get followers, but you can also say that this man is intelligent off the tip. I just
no,
did
he's
a
one of the
live
most.
show
He's
with
one.
this
He's one of the most unintelligent people I've ever seen in my life.
Get on stage with him.
For what? He
Get on stage with
he
him.
can't afford that.
I bet you he can.
I bet you can't.
Listen,
I bet you can't.
And
I bet you
feel
can't.
I feel like you're doing Mouse. You're doing that thing that us as podcasters, I think that we all hate. I'm not going to solely judge the character of a person based on the fact that I
clips.
don't agree with a clip that I've seen.
What if I don't agree with all of the clips I've seen?
That's perfectly fine,
Why
right?
did you why
No, that's
did you
perfectly fine.
draw
Wait.
in on this? What happened?
Because what we were talking about, I said there is opportunity that we have. Then I said there's opportunity we have sitting in front of these microphones to be a lot more than what a lot of us are choosing to be. and to project a lot more than what we're choosing to project. I'm tired of the age-old rhetoric.
I'm going to tell you why I don't think so.
Go for it.
Because what I feel like people with podcasts, especially the influx of it, does, I think that it's important for us to see where other people really are. And
Elaborate.
I feel like sometimes you don't get to really know how people think, how people feel. We have a limited amount of characters, and you have like Instagrams and whatever. Like, you don't really get to know. Like, I enjoy listening to things that I don't necessarily agree with, because I'm like, wow, you people really exist. Like, if somebody was to tell me before social media that people were this dumb, I'd be like, impossible. Because from my life experiences, I've always been around intellectuals. I think that people are like this. And niggas is like, nah, you don't really know the world. Right. Most people are like this. I needed to know that. I needed to be able to see, personally, I needed to be able to see that. And you know what I do with that information? I hold my circle just a little bit tighter. I pull a lot of my thoughts and ideas off of the internet and into the group chats where it's a real safe space. Mm-hmm. And I've learned how to move a little bit differently because I've realized that a lot of niggas are dumb. Period. And that's fine. The difference between what I think I do and what other people do is I'm not finna argue to try to change a stranger's opinion about their life experiences. I'm going to look at it, I'm going to ingest it, you dumb, and I'm going to keep scrolling. I'm not finna argue in the comments and shit.
But for me, it's more so, this whole hate on niggas with podcasts
is well earned.
Is it?
Because
absolutely.
the people
most of the people in the world are dumb.
But people are looking for this content. If you're selling a bag of shit on the corner and there's a line of people buying your shit, who's stupider? The person selling the bag of shit or the people buying the shit?
The consumer is the dummy. The person selling is dangerous.
All right, so why are you bothered? So my thing is this. Me, I employ several people. And you actually listen to the show, which is what you told me yesterday. Now I was like, oh, you don't fuck with the show. No, I'm playing. No, I'm just playing. Ace, I know him, and I'm really not like the one to go to bat for him because we're not friends. But he employs mad people. He employed me.
Donald Trump employs mad people.
But in a way that is entertainment. It's a show. We're talking about bringing black.
He employed people.
If we're talking about black people taking a hold of their finances and being able to be financially resourceful and independent on their own, why are we hating on that? You don't like the content, don't listen to this shit. There's mad content out there that I choose not to listen to.
No, because
and a lot of it is probably what I should be listening to.
No,
but I choose not to.
That's really good. That's really insightful.
I choose not to. I don't want to be smart today. I want to listen to some dumb shit.
True, but the difference is
that's my choice.
The difference is what happens here, right? Unfortunately, the black community is one that is easily influenced by the arts. And
why is that?
There's a lot of reasons of it. You could talk about. It all starts with systemic racism. We don't have educational systems in place to help benefit the masses. We don't have financial institutions in place to benefit the masses like other races do. So, a lot of black people, a lot of the black community finds an outlet, and that's where they spend most of their time. A lot of black people don't have access to quote unquote better than you see it online, and that's now your access. So I'll tell you. I
don't agree.
I'll step back and let you rebut. But Ace Metaphor, Derek Jackson.
I really don't know who that nigga is.
It's a nice conversation.
Okay.
Him, Derek Jackson's, Kevin Samuels, Sleeping Dirt.
Stop talking about my fave on my show. I won't kick you out.
Just kick me out then. Who else? I'm trying to think. Who else? There's somebody else I want to make sure I'm saying. The Rico nigga with the little dangling earring. He got the dread, but he got the fade in the front. It's very weird.
He's a growing young man.
No, he's not.
He's a growing young man.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
He's had a trouble past online.
Niggas, bro?
I'm
just saying. I'm just speaking about these type of niggas, bro.
Okay, good.
I'm just speaking about them. You don't need to defend. I'm speaking very directly about them. These niggas is a problem. Why? because these niggas don't believe the bullshit they spewing.
Bullshit. I call bullshit.
Well, maybe Rico Hundo. He might believe the bullshit he's spewing.
You
The rest of them, don't.
You as a man.
No.
Rest in peace.
No, guess what? Because his ass wouldn't. The honey pack wouldn't have spun the block on him the way he did. If he believed in health is wealth, and he believed, he wouldn't have been on a fucking pill, fucking that little lady. He would have been somewhere, fucking putting some money away just in case he did die. You see, they still need a fucking GoFundMe for that. So you called all them people broke, you called all them people shitty. Your mama had to put a GoFundMe up when you passed. There was still a fish fry to fucking pay for your funeral. So you ain't no better than the other people you just talking about.
Fish fry is crazy.
That goes real crazy.
So so the point I'm saying is, and
So
much like Derek Jackson
wait,
all this shit comes out in the wash.
No,
Right,
hold,
all right,
Mouse, hold.
Let it go.
So what you're saying is there is supposed to be like a certain caliber of person that should be able to have a platform to speak. What are you trying to say?
What I'm saying is, I am tired of
Regular niggas? These niggas exist. And what you don't understand is they have the platforms that they have because there are thousands of niggas that agree with the shit that they say because these niggas actually exist. What we need to be focused on is we need to pay attention to the fact that these niggas actually exist. And then we need to ignore the fact that these niggas exist so that they don't have a platform anymore. But what do? You just named 15 people, and of them 15 people, I knew 2 of them, and now everybody on this podcast is about to go look up all
Tahoe
the niggas that you just said.
All of the niggas I poured up, Tahoe worked with. That's the only reason I brought them up.
But I don't know who you're talking about.
You actually proved the point. Is if you really didn't agree with it, you would stay silent. But what you just did is amplify them.
Like
Because what I'm doing is I'm being accountable. I'm saying, me, Mouse Jones, I don't like this.
But
if
you don't
agree,
like this, but you do understand that this is a thing. Right. This exists in the world.
And
as
problem.
a woman in the world that has walked this earth for the same amount of years as you, we have 2 different experiences. Mm-hmm. And I have run into more of those niggas than I would like to count because they exist. So what is the real problem here? I feel like the real problem here with this podcast and everybody the fun podcast and takes the mics from these niggas because y'all don't believe that these people still exist. I feel like a lot of people think that everybody should be woke.
We all believe they exist. We're saying we want to silence them.
How? You cannot. You don't get to tell somebody that their experiences and what they've been through and what they've seen. It's irrelevant. It should not be like you don't understand. Like that's not how it works. We should be. These people are the same people that we should be calling upon, and it should be teachable moments. No, but that's not what's happening. What's happening is you're saying, eliminate. They shouldn't exist. And if they don't exist on the mic, they still exist in the world. All the predatory, all the fucking misogynoir, all the patriarchy, all of that shit still exists in these people's minds, in their spaces, in their friend groups. I would like to know that they exist.
We know
I know who the fuck to stay away from.
So now we know they exist. Now let's clip it.
Let me draw a line here back to what we were saying earlier. By the way, Dodge, it always amazes me how well spoken you are. Mouse, you as well.
Don't couple me in with him. I got degrees.
Pardon me while I stutter my way through a sentence.
That's fine. You got it.
But you were just saying earlier that you should never turn away a conversation. And you were just saying earlier that we should be listening to younger people who haven't had the experiences, who don't have the intelligence as us. And the reason I believe that I understood what you were saying is because you get to see where they wind up from here. So you get to draw a line from when you were thinking like this to where you're thinking like that. And most people, after having these conversations, especially around learned people like Dodge or you, Mouse, or even listening to certain shit, if you even watch me 5, 6, 7 years ago or whatever on these shows, you're like, that nigga's crazy. But now you're like, wow, I've seen where this nigga has come, how he's influenced so many people, and I get it. Now, if you're just being taking a little clip of a minute. No, if you're just taking a clip of a minute where I'm talking to my friend or whatever, or it's buzz, it's clickbait or whatever, you're not gonna understand that journey. But allowing these people to have those platforms and allowing them to graduate and mature into something else, there isn't something to be said for that.
No, because there's way too much.
No.
There's way too much.
You talk about you talk about Charlemagne being your uncle, and what does Charlemagne say all the time? This new generation will never allow Malcolm Little to become Malcolm X, and you are one of them niggas.
No, not at all. Malcolm Little wanted to be better.
Did he?
Yes,
Little
nigga.
did-
There came a time where he wanted to be better. These microphones are impeding these niggas from that. You know why? Because they're
believe that.
fame. They're getting fame doing that. You think they gonna change?
Everybody
gonna
changes. You changed. You've evolved. And
I
there was
came
a
in-
time that I thought you wasn't going to.
They came. Yeah, but there's still places. There's still spots in my life where I haven't. And
Yes,
won't.
but you will. You're going to grow.
I don't know if that's true.
I still have faith in you, brother.
People listen to me on one clip and then listen to me on Vice and be like, yo, wow, you was this and that. It's shit that I learned talking to her and talking to him. Pardon me,
Right,
Tron, for
right.
and
Because
erasing from that
you're
conversation.
right. Because you intentionally put her here. Intentionally put him here.
It was the pot.
These people
okay.
aren't doing that. They're surrounding themselves with people that either need them or think just like them.
Have you? I know you haven't listened to the show
What show?
tonight, to Ace Metaphor show. So, and that's why I know that you're doing what the internet does.
You an internet nigga
going
right now.
off of those
Clips,
one
yep.
little clips. I sat
I'm
with
going
these people.
off of the
I
one
sat
little
with
clips. I'm
Roots.
going
Now
off
that's
of
a
what
very
the-
good point. I had a totally
Go ahead.
different opinion of Kevin Samuels before I watched
change.
a whole entire
whole show,
episode,
exactly.
and I realized that these people are calling into his show,
Mm-hmm.
asking him for his opinion, and he's giving it to them. Now there are certain things about him that I disagree with, like he was a little cold, and he was.
You know what else is cold? That fucking dirt.
That's foul. But listen, we always got to respect the dead.
Hell
We don't
is
have to
waiting
agree
for
with
you.
him when he was alive, but you always got to respect the dead.
Cause he's dead?
Yes.
No, that's not how this works. That's not how respect works. Respect is earned.
The reason why he was
if
so
everybody just died, then all right, we'd all earn respect.
The
No.
reason why he was so popular is because he had something to say that actually rang true in a lot of circles. His delivery was bothersome to some, and I understand that. But when I watched the whole entire episode, I got an entire different respect for him and his platform, and I understood what he was saying. To Dodge and Tahoe's point, like, you can't just take one clip and be like, I know what this
I
nigga's all
get
about.
what y'all saying.
But
you
the-
can't
but the-
take
but the
one
question-
clip.
but the
I
question
agree
is-
with you.
but the
if
original
everything
question
you put
was,
out
Mouse-
is this thing, that is what you're selling.
Yes,
that is what
because
I'm
that's
judging.
what the people want. And I will speak from this show and this show's perspective alone. When we put out clips about some of our more positive conversations that we've had, they literally get an eighth.
4 likes.
An eighth of the reaction. People nowadays love to be offended. They love to ingest things that they feel like or they claim that they hate. And that's not what it should be.
We gotta stir the pot.
I personally, and even sometimes on this show when we bring things up, I'm like, I don't know enough to talk about this. I could talk about it at base level, but I really don't know enough to speak about it. And that's how it should be. If I see something that I don't like from somebody over and over and over again, the intellectual in me is gonna say, let me go listen to this shit and find out, like, am I really bugging? Even as an avid Brilliant Idiots fan, no matter what, I'm always gonna listen to an episode of Brilliant Idiots, where I don't even do that for any of my other fave podcasts. I have seen clips of Brilliant Idiots come out being pointed and projected to be away, and I'm like, yo, I listened to that whole conversation. That's not even what the fuck happened there. That's how sometimes we have to look at other people or ignore them. As you said, they don't even fucking exist.
All right, guys, this was a great conversation. And I'm not just saying that, and it was a great conversation, but at some point we need to move on. We do have some topics to talk about. Some are redundant in my mind, but, well, one is redundant in my mind. It's the teacher versus student conversation.
Let's talk about it.
I have a few clips here. I wish that I could, Melly, can I stream this clip to the TV so that everybody can see it? Will the Zoom be able to see it?
No. You got connected to the Zoom.
No, they won't, right? Well, fuck them then.
They all seen it.
Shout out to the Zoom.
They
Is
won't
the
hear
sound on in
because
here?
it's going through here.
I'm saying like they will hear it through the mic.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's gonna come. The sound's gonna come out through the TV. Oh.
So what are we gonna have to do? We're gonna have to like input it through, like, how do the people
You just play it on here and then
on the podcast?
Well, the video that you're about to play doesn't have a influx of conversation.
Nah, I actually have two. One that you haven't seen.
Oh, okay.
As well, which you probably did see.
Maybe.
Okay, so the question on the table for me: at what point does a teacher actually get to fight back?
Never.
This is
when they decide they want to fight back.
Sorry.
Can I? Now I saw one. Shit. I should have. You know what? This isn't even gonna work. I'm just fuck streaming it. You guys gonna have to.
I saw that one too.
You saw this, right?
Yeah, I saw that one.
That's the one from last week.
2 weeks
It was
ago.
2 weeks
2
ago.
weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I'm not gonna be able to share it. I didn't even think about fucking. All right, whatever.
Nigga, if you don't just play that.
Shut your black ass up. There's a gentleman, a man, a teacher, and a young boy, and the young boy is antagonizing him. The teacher winds up. Let's go here. So the kid is up in his face. He's up in front of the class. He's egging him on.
Is the kid black?
Nope.
He looks
Mexican.
Spanish.
Right, because he's using the N-word freely.
Coming up. So the kid is egging the guy on. He's talking about, come on, bro, come on, bro, come on, bro.
No, you gotta call him my nigga.
My nigga. Is that why he's swimming?
That's why I would have him.
So you say that shit or what's up, bro? You say that shit, bro? You say that shit or what? I'm telling you,
I'm
bro.
telling you, brother. Oh, caught him. Teacher just stole on him. Teacher stole on him again. Stole on him. Like lean back. Stole on him. Teacher steals on him. He's chasing him throughout the class now. Homeboy throws his hands up. It's not looking good. Up, stole on him again. Stole him. Up, he dropped him. He dropped him. Now the teacher's
Down
on top
goes
of him.
Ramos. Down goes Ramos.
Ramos goes crazy.
Ramos is nuts.
They're in for a slobber knocker. This is a regular old barn burner here.
So he's trying. The student looks like he starts getting a little get back, but the teacher basically put
Whooped
the
his
smack
ass.
down.
Definitely beat his
on
ass.
him.
Beat him like he was his daddy.
The student never swung on him though. At first,
Nope.
The teacher wound up swinging. When I saw this, I said, "I'm gonna have to come see you." That's my son. I don't give a fuck how disrespectful he was. He ain't swing on you. There were options here. Mouse, you're
So
saying
many
you would have
options.
stolen him.
Oh, right there, yeah. I would never be a teacher. Let's go there.
I
wouldn't be a teacher.
I told Dodge this week on yesterday's Patreon episode. By the way, every week I believe we're doing is that
Yes.
every week we are doing Patreon episodes. I still haven't thought of a release date for the Patreon episode.
That's fine.
So it's either tomorrow, it's either Saturday or Sunday that it'll come out. But every week we're doing Patreon episodes, and we definitely spoke about this. But Mouse, you would have stolen on the kid, even though
I wouldn't be in that position because I don't have the resolve to deal with other people's
PC,
kids.
it's PC shit. Yo,
Did
somebody
you
get
not
him
hear
out
what
of
I just
He
said?
said he does not have the resolve to deal with other people's kids, and I
here.
and
Would you
as
have
you
stolen
should.
him or not? You'd have stolen him.
Yes. Which is why I wouldn't be a teacher because I don't have the resolve to deal with other people's kids. Like
Tron,
you're not. First
What
of
are you
all,
doing in that situation, Tron? You're a teacher.
I've wanted to choke kids out for less, but I said I wanted to, right?
so shameless.
For less is crazy.
Right.
Yo, for less
Definitely
is
for less.
nuts.
Like I'm like, wow, I've never experienced that, and I've had those feelings, right? I've never experienced that, but I will say this: to your point, Tahoe, the kid never put hands on him. I would have tried, and Dodge, maybe I got to direct this to you because I haven't fully been trained on this. Like, what are the options? Because I'm looking to see who.
You can't think of it as a parent? You could have called the principal. You could have called school safety. You could have just left the class and got another
You
teacher.
can't. This kid is encroaching your space.
If he's like in your
Bullshit.
face, you know what I mean?
Bullshit.
I'm a grown ass fucking man.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Exactly.
Excuse me. Walk out. Go.
Right.
Hey, teacher, come by
You
get
still
the
would've
dean.
had to put your hands on
hey,
him first.
Excuse
No, you
me.
don't.
Knock on a door, classroom across the hall. Excuse me. I need
My
assistance
point
over
exactly.
here.
I would have. You asked me what I would have done. I would have exercised those options. Absolutely. I understand wanting to swing on him, but I would have exercised other options.
So I'm supposed to leave the classroom with this volatile student
Yeah,
around all these other kids. So now these other
can
kids
whip his
So I gotta
ass.
leave this.
I'd be like,
Yes.
somebody come get him.
No, we gonna whoop
his.
his ass.
No.
No, we gonna rip little Hector ass.
Let me
Nah,
tell you
I can't
something.
do that.
Hector is crazy.
That goes
Hector
fucking-
Ramos
Hector
is getting
Ramos
his
goes crazy.
Hector Ramos is getting his ass whooped.
No disrespect to the Spanish and Mexican.
Please let that be the title. Hector Ramos is
No,
getting his
no,
ass
absolutely.
whooped. Please.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I'm like right
I
here.
fuck with the Browns too.
Yeah.
We ain't say nothing
We
against
ain't
him.
saying we talking about Hector Ramos.
Hector Ramos getting his ass
You're
whooped.
mocking them. You're mocking.
Are
them.
we?
Yeah, you mocking us.
This is
Shut up, Toro. You eat fucking lasagna at Thanksgiving, and I ain't let that shit go yet. Shut up.
Wow.
Yeah.
My name is Toro.
Oh, Toro short for Torres?
No.
Oh my God.
Isn't Toro a bull?
Yes.
Oh,
Toro.
that's your real name.
That's my nickname, my AK name for my friend.
All right.
Can
bro.
we speak
All right.
about this?
Is your
classroom
last name
situation?
Ramos?
Can we speak
It's
about the
Otero.
classroom?
Wait, time out. What's your last name?
Otero.
Otero.
Can we?
Yo, me and my brother really the same person. That don't make no sense.
Right to the salsa merengue.
Dodo.
Stop.
No, that's what they saying. When they
nigga
calling the bull.
They be having the red sheet about Dodo, and they saying like this. They be like,
And he doesn't drink. Can you imagine if he drank?
yo, Dad, you remember
It's like he's drunk.
you remember what it
She's
is?
drinking.
Dad, you remember
Why
Y'all are
why you
fine.
invite him here?
Josh,
Why you invite him here? You know I get real
You're
ignorant.
saying that the teacher was wrong for stealing
Absolutely.
those kids.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Emphatically.
So somebody defended and now you.
Apologize.
Okay.
Not-
On behalf
I know.
of
Shout out to Skip Bayless.
All right, there you go.
Thank you. I'm gonna say this. And it's a lot. First things first.
Remember, there's a segment. I mean, there's another video.
Yes,
Okay.
I know. I think it's very important to note that when you are in charge of other people's children, you don't get to react the way that you would react towards your own child. It's unacceptable, period. I have had students get upset with me. Remember last year I told you that little fourth grader swung
Yes,
on me? That nigga
yeah.
windmilled on. I was like,
I
yo
can see
boy.
it. I can see it.
Yo, boy, I will toss your ass. I'm not going to, but I just want you to know I have the ability to. Like, I'm not going to react. Like, if that was my kid,
out the way.
fucking
It's up.
clothesline.
It's up.
But that's not my child.
abuse
You're
your
not
child. That's what
allowed.
you're saying on So Shameless.
I said I will clothesline her ass. Yes, that is my kid, and I can do that. And who gonna stop me? But when I call him,
Policia.
Come on, yo, stop. Oh my God.
But-
police.
But what I will say is, I feel like you guys are missing something very important in these stories. And I'm gonna go around the room first. Now I'm getting into teacher mode. I'm gonna go around the room. Trump, have you ever had a teacher that you felt like was unfair to you?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a teacher that you felt like was disrespectful towards you?
Yes.
Mouse, have you ever felt like there was a teacher that was unfair to you? Mm-hmm. Have you ever felt like there was a teacher that was disrespectful towards you? Mm-hmm. Tahoe, same questions.
Only when they made fun of my last name.
And this is what I'm saying, right?
Would they call you Sakai gay?
They'd be like,
Mr. Guy. Guy.
all right, let's do it.
Fight him. Whoop his ass.
What? Come on, man.
But I say that to say this. Bring it back, friends.
Come on.
I say that to say this. Not all teachers in these situations are innocent. Because sometimes as teachers, and I saw this on the internet today and I thought that was really, really interesting, that sometimes teachers can be like cops in the way that we see police officers like react to people a certain way and they use like their ego. Like they're like, yeah, I'm bigger than you. I'm better than you. I'm over you. Like I could say whatever I want to say to you. Some teachers do the same thing. And you have to understand that you're dealing with emotional children that come from different walks of life, that come from different places, different spaces. You don't know their experiences, and you feel like you could buck up on them because I'm the adult. You gotta listen to me. I'ma do that. These kids are different. We grew up in a way where it was very much be seen, not heard. It was very much respect your elders, whether they were right, wrong, or indifferent. And we've all had experience with elders probably in our own families that we knew were dead ass wrong, but we were not allowed a space to have an opinion. We were not allowed a space to even say, like, this is incorrect, this is not okay, because we were not allowed to have a voice. If you decide to become a teacher, you have to understand that children are people. I do not expect people to treat children like adults, but you need to treat them like human beings with thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And most of the times when we see these experiences or we see these videos, the first thing I say in my head sometimes is, how did this even happen? There's no way that you have actively built relationships with your students for one of your students to treat you this way. Because there's no fucking way. There's no way. I've had some of the most disrespectful kids in classes before. I've had the gangsters. I've had the niggas come in my class high. I've had niggas, like, I will never forget, we went on fucking Christmas break. I came back, the whole school was Crip. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what happened over that break. We went out for 2 weeks. I came back. Half of my 6th and 7th graders literally had Crip flags hanging out their fucking pockets. But I've never had the interactions with these students that other people have had. I have watched students slap the shit out of assistant principals and walk in my room with the utmost respect. Walk in my room like, good morning, Miss D. How you doing today? Miss D, yo, this teacher's blowing my shit. Can I just sit in your classroom? I just need a break. You have to talk to these niggas. You have to. And if you don't build relationships with your students, that's how you find yourself susceptible to this types of bullshit. And if you built relationships with all your students are the first ones to come to your defense. And I always find it to be very interesting and very funny that when we see all these videos, these teachers are getting their asses whooped in a room full of students, and not one student most of the times is saying anything. Not one student is stepping up. Not one student is saying, like, yo, chill, you wildin'. It's more of like, these kids are not stupid. They understand what the fuck is going on. And if you're not in it for the right reasons, if you don't know how to appeal to them, if you don't know how to walk away when you see a hurt child, these kids are fucking traumatized. These kids go through emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, all types of shit at home. And then you want them to come to school and be fucking productive. That's not gonna work that way. You don't get to be a disciplinarian to somebody that you don't know.
Only thing I want to say is, I appreciate your perspective. I want to add on to it a little bit, to the small point that she made in the beginning. When I send my child to your school, it's almost the same as like a police officer in the street. You have a certain job and a level that you can go with the power that you have. There are certain things that you cannot do with said power, no matter what. You have to understand that you're dealing with police, the public, who are civilians, whatever. You have a gun on you. You have this crazy power that you can actually kill somebody. You have to be able to check that shit.
Right.
The same thing as with teachers. You're dealing with the minors, young. Like, you're allowing them to get you to the point where this motherfucker was swinging. I don't know if you saw this video. As a matter of fact, this video will be in the Patreon. If you go to the Patreon, patreon.com/So Shameless Podcast, you will be able to see all of the videos that we post in here every week. You'll be able to take a look and see that this man was coming for blood. He chased the kid around the room after they dragged the kid off him. He was pounding on his back, uppercut, and he was going blood on this little kid.
And look at this little ass nigga. He can't fight. Them little punches ain't hurt you.
Punch him, and them shits wasn't doing nothing.
Eat that shit. I don't work in high school for a reason. I will never fucking work in a high school. Mark my fucking words. Middle school and elementary school only. Why? Because I understand who I am as an adult. I understand that these high school kids is bigger than me. They taller than me. Some of them might be stronger than me. Shut up. I would never put myself in a position where I have to fight a child. You understand? But I remember high school. I remember the basketball teams. It was fucking kids that was 6'7" and the fucking 10th grade, 15, 16 years old. They bigger than grown-ass men. That nigga step to you a certain type of way. Yes, your ego is going to come in because you're a human being. And yes, your safety is going to come into question because you're like, I have to protect myself from this person. Yes, they're a child, but they're bigger and they're strong. I'm not putting myself in that position. If you decide that you want to be a high school level educator, then you have to understand that high school kids are not, they are little adults. They are the same size that they probably gonna be when they 20 and 22 years old. Nah, if you don't have the temperament to deal with crazy teenagers, then that is not, take your ass to elementary school. Go to where you need to be. That's not, it's unacceptable. I'm so sorry. And if somebody steal on my kid, the way that it's
big up.
It's
big up. I'm talking about. I
don't give a fuck what Parker
nothing.
did.
I don't care about nothing. You stealing my kid like that? I see that.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically. I don't know what you're gonna have to do.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to do a lot of shit. You're gonna have to do a lot of shit to get me up out your face.
I agree.
I agree. Right now, my child, I have to see you at school the next day after you just beat them up the way you just did.
I agree.
It's up for you.
I agree, but everything is based on choices. This young man dealing with trauma, sure.
I don't.
We don't know what
a young man being able to understand what those choices.
He doesn't even have the cognitive abilities.
Sure. I agree 1,000% with everything dog
You don't
said.
even know if that nigga got parents. You don't know if he a foster
sure,
kid.
But
you don't know if that
moment,
nigga sleeping on a fucking bench every day after school. You don't know nothing about this nigga.
I agree with you, but what everybody been saying, pay these teachers more. Mm-hmm. You know the stresses you deal with.
Yeah.
And I'm not by no means am I saying this man is right. Yeah. Oh, okay. But what he did. But you know the stresses you deal with as a teacher. Compounded with the fact that you're a black woman.
Absolutely.
So this black man, he's teaching. We don't know what he's making. We don't know what life is. Sure, you're supposed to leave that outside. That's crazy.
He was in Virginia. They don't make.
I'm just saying.
Teachers make a lot of money in New York, New Jersey, and metropolitan areas.
I'm just saying. You're supposed to leave that outside.
Yeah.
He's a human. He was unable to leave it outside. What happened is you got a child making grown man decisions and making grown man words, and now you got this grown man whom at whatever point he snapped. Not saying it's okay.
But he didn't have to.
He didn't have to, but he did.
You chose, but that's a choice. No, that's a choice, and I'm going to tell you why it's a choice. No, exactly. Everything is a choice, but that was a very specific and strategic choice. If I got a kid in my face asking me questions, and I feel myself getting agitated, really downright pressing him, but keeping enough space. He kept enough space because that little boy Pussy. See, he talked this, but a lot of these kids nowadays, he wasn't no gangster, because a gangster would have came in and just stole on you. He was talking to that nigga for mad long.
He was as an educator. That little boy was the type to go, policia.
Shut up, Mouse. As an educator and as a grown ass woman, I know when somebody really don't want that static. You see it all the time with these kids. They talk a real good one on the internet, come to school, mum's the word. I'm like, them niggas don't even fight no more. They fight on the internet. They cyberbully. You feel what I'm saying? If I feel myself getting to that point, I'm out of there. He had an option to leave. He had several options to leave. He had several options to walk away. What I saw is he really ain't like that little nigga. He really ain't like that. Regardless of this situation was not enough.
Let me add a little mustard to this.
I'm just saying, I agree with y'all. Go add the mustard. I agree with y'all 1,000%. He was wrong, and if that was my kid, every day for the rest of your life until you leave or until you next to Kevin Chambers, you got to see me.
Stop it, Mouse.
But I can also say, as I'm whooping his ass, I can also say, I would do the same thing, my boy. I couldn't deal with it. But you taking his ass whooping. Yeah.
But guess what? I assume if that kid had a father, he wouldn't have pressed no nigga like that. Now, so who gonna whoop his ass?
I just put this clip into the Discord. Again, if you want access to the Discord where these conversations are happening about the episode, and also a 24/7 Discord. I mean, people are talking throughout the night. Some of us is fucking. Them are fucking.
Some of them are fucking.
I didn't mean that. Well, she's in there, so it doesn't matter. But there is another perspective here. There's a whole nother video that came out today.
This one's fresh.
This one's fresh. You saw this, Mal.
I seen this one. I seen this one today.
It was yesterday.
Oh, I came over here. I seen that. I said,
ooh, child. And it is two ladies. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the video take. Let me see if I can get this started.
You're not gonna talk to me like that.
You're not gonna talk to me like that, bitch. I'm not a bitch. You're not gonna talk to me like that. Bitch, you're not gonna talk to me like that. You're not gonna talk to me like that. You that ass playing in my face right now.
Now,
That ass playing in my face right now.
hold on. Let me explain what's going on. The young lady is in her face. The teacher is trying to walk away. The teacher actually leaves the classroom, like I said, tries to go get help, actually flags down another teacher. Hey, we need help in here. The young lady, as she's cursing her out, now begins to slam the door behind her and lock her out the classroom. That's what you hear. That's what you hear. The young lady grabs the teacher at this point. And they have a standoff where the young lady's like, get your hands off me. So
Because I'm going to start
teacher,
swinging. That's what she
All
said. She
I
said,
know
you
is
better
that
get your hands off me.
All I know is
because I'm
that
gonna start
teacher.
swinging.
Yeah, but you can't say get your hands off me. You just put your hands on her. Now, you can't teach that anyway.
Hold on. I'm gonna let y'all have y'all thing. Let me at least get my little 7 words in here between the Mouse and Dodge episode.
Policia, policia.
She said, get your hands off me. I'm going to start swinging.
Oh, she starts swinging. She starts swinging. Now. And she drags the teacher down. Well, it's going down. It is a fight. But the teacher isn't swinging back. The teacher's just trying to defend herself.
That teacher about to be rich. That teacher about to be rich.
No, she's not.
She broke a leg.
The teacher broke her leg.
Teacher broke a
Yeah,
leg.
she broke her leg. If you look at the second
The
video.
second video shows she on the floor. Her leg broke.
Her leg is broken.
Her leg is broken when she flipped the little girl over her and she fell and the girl fell on top of her. Yeah,
And
her leg is broken.
broke?
Yeah, by no means was this lady a gym teacher. So it was a matter.
Now, let's just paint this court. I'm going to also put this video into the Patreon. For the people who
Melly.
aren't listening right
I'm
now.
performing to
And
a crowd of
I'm also
one.
going to upload it
I heard
to
you.
the, let me see.
Are you giving background context or alleged background context of why this started? Do you know?
No, I don't
No,
know.
we don't know.
All right. So it was stated, I don't know if this is true or not, cannot verify because I don't know these niggas, but it was said that the teacher said something about the child's mother.
Yeah.
And allegedly,
Yeah, she said that when she pulled her
child's
off.
mother is dead. So if you look at the second video, when
said,
she
"Don't
gets
talk about my
pulled
mother."
off,
For
she
her
said,
mother.
don't talk about my mother. Don't talk about my mother. Now, as an adult, as an educator, giving the benefit of the doubt, I would like to assume that the teacher didn't hit her with a yo mama joke, but maybe something in the vein of, your mother needs to deal with you, or if your mother had control over you, you wouldn't be acting like this. I'm projecting that part.
Right.
But what I'm saying is this goes back to having relationships with your students. You need to know who the fuck your students are, because if you knew your student, you would have never even said anything related to mother. When I speak or I'm reprimanding one of my students, I speak to them. You did this. You weren't supposed to do that. You are not meeting expectations. You know that these are the rules of this institution and you chose. I would never tell a fucking kid anything about their parents. Ever.
I understand that. That still does not give you, as a 17-year-old troubled, 16-year-old troubled, 15-year-old troubled child, the right
To do what? To react?
to put your hands on me and start pummeling me as a grown
I
57-year-old
totally
woman.
and emphatically disagree, and I'm gonna tell you why. And this is why I disagree. I disagree. I disagree in totality.
Holy shit.
Because once that teacher,
Holy shit.
once
winning.
that teacher, once that teacher walked out of that fucking room, she should have never walked back in that bitch. She came back because of her ego. Her ego said to
think
her,
she came back
this
because of
little girl
protocol.
not gonna fucking close the door on me.
I think she came back because of protocol.
There is no. And this is what I want to say
Dodger,
to the
you about to
internet, and I
tell
want to
me-
say to people.
Now you're a
that
teacher, so I won't
telling
argue
you,
this. But I'm saying you're telling me
I'm about
in
to
today's
tell you.
climate,
Yes.
with
Yes.
school shootings on the rise,
It ain't no
there's
school
no
shooting. Fuck that.
protocols
Do
about
not-
your classroom and protecting your
You're conflating.
children.
You're conflating.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm about to tell you. No, wait.
What's happening?
Conflating is
No.
not a bad word.
I
It's
know,
not a
but it's
bad
just
word.
it's a lot.
No,
It's an energy.
because
People
everybody is
listen.
saying the same shit on the internet and y'all niggas is not in the fucking classroom. You can absolutely leave your classroom if you are in danger or if there's a volatile student to go get help. Yes, the fuck you can, because that girl is not a danger to the children in that classroom. She's a danger to you because she's not going after them. Her problem is the teacher. Her problem is not the students. If she would have closed that door, she wasn't about to. What she was gonna do?
Her problem is not the teacher.
No. Listen to me.
She's actualizing the problem on the
Yes,
teacher. The
yes,
problem
I agree
not the
with
teacher.
you. I agree with that. But what I'm saying to you, what is she gonna do as a singular person in a room full of other students? She gonna jump the class?
No, but if she hits one kid, if she gets off on one kid, the
so
teacher's
what?
fucked up.
No. If she gets, first of all, improbable. Not saying that it could never happen. I'm saying improbable. What I'm saying to you is, if I have a problem, if we in a room right now, and my beef is with you,
Yeah.
and security comes in, what are they going to do? They're going to remove the person that is the aggressor, or they're going to remove the person that is being attacked. They're not going to remove everybody because there's a person that is the this is what I'm saying. This is what I don't understand. This is the only thing that I don't understand about this situation and a lot of these situations that I see, because I don't know how other schools are structured in other states. In New York State, there is a landline phone in every fucking classroom. You dial 0, you automatically get security. I see a lot of teachers picking up cell phones and shit like that. In my school, there's security on every floor. All I gotta do is dip my head out the window. Ayo, we got a situation in here, and they coming up. I don't understand how these other schools work. That's neither here nor there. But wait, hold on. What I'm saying to you is, once that teacher left the room, she should have went to go get help. And as an educator, and any educator will tell you, we have all left our kids in the room for a couple minutes. And what you do is you hit somebody, you go knock on the other door. Yo, can you do me a favor? Can you stand here, keep an eye on them real quick? I need to go get help. I need to go do something. That is the fucking protocol. Even if she would have closed that door with them other kids in it, that is the protocol. And every teacher has a fucking key, or should have a key to their own fucking classroom. So everybody coming up with this imaginary shit like, oh, she can't leave the other students in there. Yes, the fuck she can.
All right, Dodge. Trom, you wanted to say something?
So I just have a question, because in order to maintain order in a class,
yes,
you have to establish certain rules and guidelines.
Absolutely.
Right? So the teacher, that's her space. This is her classroom. Kind of like a ref that's reffing a basketball game. Like, yo, there's certain things like I need control, technical foul. I need control of the situation here, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Crazy. Technical foul. He just jumped out. He just giving niggas text.
For no, like just
off
somebody
the rip.
get attacked for no reason.
So refs will do that off the rip just to let you know I have control over these borders right here, right? So I'm assuming that was part of her ego, like you said,
It's ego.
with the closing the door. Like, no, you can't close my door. Like, I still have to maintain order in this room. All the other 26 kids have to understand that this is my classroom and respect me as such. So she's, I'm thinking that maybe she's keeping that in mind, no?
First of all, maybe so. But if that's the case, if that is the case,
she's not gonna let me.
If that's the case, then what the teacher should have did, if the teacher wanted to push on the kid, she should have pushed her ass out the fucking classroom and closed the door, and then the kid can't get back in. The teacher did not use any of her skills, any of the teacher skills, or any of the teacher moves that she should have or could have used. And again, this is another example of a child going crazy on a teacher and no child intervening.
I just have one question to everyone in here, because we all are parents. Same scenario. Let's take Dodge. Let's go with Dodge's utopian.
Utopian, y'all niggas is not in schools. Y'all don't know what the fuck.
I know we're not. Well, he is, but the two of us aren't. But let's go with what you're saying. Let's go
to a degree.
Let's go with the utopian decision and say, hey, I walked out the classroom. I let her close the door. That happened.
Let her.
Right. Now,
no.
Ready, bro.
You just said let her. You just said if the lady walked out and the girl, you said she came back because of ego, which means you're saying she should have let her close the door and not try and push back in the classroom.
No. I'm saying when she walked out, she should have went straight to admin. The bitch would have never even saw that she closed the fucking door. She should have been gone. Right. She stood there.
Agreeing with you. So we're still, and then at the same point, the door is closed. This irate teenager is in the room. You stop.
Please, God.
Your daughter is in the room. Your daughter is in the room. My daughter is in the room. That little girl, off the rip, she's tight. She's on 10. We seen it. She look over. What you laughing at? She jump on your daughter. Sure, she can't beat all our daughters, but she jump on your daughter.
She can't beat my daughter.
All right.
If she could beat your daughter ass, then you did a bad job as a
Sure,
parent.
whatever. We laughing.
ahead,
Joke.
look ahead.
Cool.
I see what's
She
going
jump
on.
on
I
your
like
daughter.
what's
She
going
jump
on.
on your daughter ass.
I like what's going
Your
on.
daughter whoop her ass.
So
Break
what
a
are
nail-
teachers? Am I
Give me a
fucking
second. Break a-
security?
break a nail. Break something. Your daughter is now, her learning is now impeded.
Is it?
Yeah. Because she
Is it?
wasn't in a fight before the little girl started acting dumb.
Let me explain something
No,
to
no,
you
no, stop,
real quick.
stop before you- no.
No, because
No,
I
'cause I
don't
don't
want to
want
deal
you
with
to
your
get off-
hypothetical. I don't want to deal
All
with
right,
your
bro.
hypothetical, and I'm
You
going to
can-
tell you why. As a
But we got to
teacher-
deal with your hypothetical.
No, you don't. You don't have to deal with shit.
You say your
What I-
hypothetical
All
is
all
right.
Come
No,
on, come on.
wait.
I would like to know,
People are listening.
but I wasn't asking your hypothetical. I was asking
need y'all
them.
to calm
How
down.
do y'all feel about that?
I
That,
have-
that the teacher left the room and now your child was attacked by this fucking ravaging ass 17-year-old. I'm asking them. How do you feel?
Before you answer that, I have to say something because I think it's very important. Teachers are technically, by contract and by law, not allowed to break up fights. If you see a teacher break up a fight, they did it on their own.
Cool.
They did it because they wanted to.
Cool.
So taking that scenario into account, whether the teacher was in the room or not, it is not the teacher's responsibility to break up a fight in a classroom. That's why you have security. As protocol, teachers, we are supposed to call security or admin, and those are the only people that are supposed to put their hands on students, even to break them up. So in that hypothetical, we can keep that, but just know, even if the teacher was in the room and your kid got their ass whipped, that teacher is not supposed to break up that fight. Continue.
Thanks for all those words. It doesn't change anything.
does.
How do you feel that if the teacher left the room, let that girl close the door, and that irate teen jumped on your kid? How do you feel?
My first question is, where was the adult supervision?
Good.
I would ask the same question.
Good.
All three of us are agreeing. We are holding the adult accountable because the adult made a decision and ended up on the other side of the door.
A decision to keep themselves safe because a teen was in their fucking face.
Once I see this footage and I see what's going on, I realize that this adult was placed in a situation where she was going to have to put her hands on this child. So now I'm going past the teacher to this child's parents. Like, that's where I'm going with this now. And this has happened before. I've had to stop and had to go to somebody's parents over the behavior, not past the teacher, but over the child's behavior. I'm going to agree with Dodge on the fact that we're missing this crucial moment. It's a very crucial moment where most people aren't paying attention. And as many times as I watched this video, I never thought of this. When she came back in that room, what was she coming back for?
I think she was coming back to keep control of her
How?
child.
She don't
had
have
to leave.
control. You don't have fucking
She had
control.
to leave. Dodge, let me get
Sorry.
2 minutes.
Sorry.
She had to leave because she knew she did not have control.
Yes.
When she banged open the door, the look in her face was that same look your mother gave you when you tried to grab the belt. That was a bitch, right? At that moment, she was supposed to walk down the hall. That walk down the hall airs her feelings out, kind of gathers her back. She comes back with 2 security guards, the dean, the principal, whatever. They remove the child. In that time, the class is going crazy. They're laughing, they're joking, they're throwing paper, they're bug. The class is gone. They've lost control. It's almost as if you're in a dorm in jail. They start wilding. It takes a minute before the turtles come, before all the guards come with the battering rams or whatever, the gas, and they regain the room. But that one security guard can't just stand there and fight everybody.
That nigga staying in the fishbowl.
He got to leave to go get help. He has to. And I see that in this moment when she turned around and banged her way back into the classroom. That was an aggressive move towards a situation that was already out of control.
Already out of control.
She egged
Or a
that
natural
situation.
reaction.
It was, but as a teacher, she had to follow protocol.
Yes,
And I'm
you have
telling
a
you,
protocol.
I've seen this before. where the teacher goes to get help
Yep.
and they come back with other teachers
Within
or
seconds. It
Dodge
takes
as a teacher. I leave out
minutes.
because I've lost a room and she comes in the
Yep.
room. Excuse me?
Yep. And that's
What's
literally
going
what
on
I
in
do.
here?
I've been
Excuse
yep.
me?
Yes.
Miss Waterman, I need you out in the hallway
Absolutely.
now.
Absolutely.
So she's the one that the child doesn't have a problem with, and she grabs shit. I ain't even do shit to her. She grabs the
Yep.
shit, she walks out the classroom,
Yep.
boom, slamming shit.
Yep.
And then after the regular teacher regains her, whatever, she comes back in, and whatever happens, the classroom calms
Yep.
down. When she came back in that room with that energy, she elevated.
Escalated. Yep.
Elevated. Why? I don't know.
It's
words.
the same thing. It's the same
She
thing.
escalated the situation
She
to
sure
another
did.
level, especially being that she slammed the door into the child. The child is right there. The child isn't even at the back of the room.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question.
She's keeping
Melly.
the door open from
The child is-
the girl slamming it. Let's not
Why?
say it
It's-
like
it's
the
your
girl.
class.
Let's not
What
say
you
like the
gonna do?
girl was just standing there and she was like, boom. The little girl is trying to close the door. The lady is
Yeah,
stopping
she's
the door
trying to
from
close it.
closing.
She's trying to lock the teacher out of the room because that's like her coup de grace. That's like, yeah, bitch, boom.
I got your
Hey,
class.
I got your shit. Yeah, now you out and you locked on the outside and your ego tapped in and you like, yeah, nah, this little nigga not gonna do that shit to me. And you fucking barricade. Mind you, she ain't even have the type of sense of urgency to run to go get help. She walked very slowly, but the way she
That lady
opened,
walked as
but
fast as
the
she
way
could.
she opened that door was very much fuck out of here. You should have had the same energy when you was trying to go get help. Let me tell you something as an educator. There are two things that you need at all times. One is called classroom management skills. There are classes and PDs for it out the fucking woo-ha. And the second thing is you need to have interpersonal relationships with your students. If you don't have the one and the two, please get the fuck away from this profession because it ain't for you. It ain't for you. I have had kids slam doors or try to slam doors in my fucking classroom and I'm still in my room and we gonna laugh. Look at him, he slammed the door. All right, back to the fucking lesson. Because I'm not getting riled up by no little ass, traumatized ass kid. Because I'm not only am I a grown ass person, but I'm a grown ass person that is very much well in control of my emotions. Y'all be letting these little niggas get under y'all skin. One or two reasons. You pussy, or you don't have no management skills and them kids is showing you that you pussy.
I don't think that's
and if that's the case,
I don't-
get the fuck
I
out
don't
of the
think that's
profession.
the only
Pussy is
two.
a lot for a girl.
I don't think that's the
They are
only
pussy.
two.
So what? Why can't we pussy as a teacher?
Yeah, like
Why would you?
They didn't sign up to be a fucking MMA fighter.
And that's but what I want to also
Right.
what I want to also point out.
I think all the
It's
pussies
when
became
that-
teachers.
Sorry, Dodge.
Excuse you?
Oh, sorry, guys.
Tactless
Not
and
like
pussy.
that.
Excuse you?
Not like that.
Oh, all right.
So can that?
'Cause I'm not
Tactless
with that.
and pussy. Can we write that down for the title?
Tactless and pussy,
But Hector Ramos can't go.
but not Hector Ramos.
That doesn't go to any specific gender.
Great. Thank you for that.
Culture.
What I will say,
It's just you.
this is my. What, all right. I'm not coming next week. You heard me? No, fuck you. I'm not coming next week. You heard me? Melly, you heard me?
He called.
You heard me. I'm not coming next week. I'm gonna stay my ass right in Jersey. I don't got time for this shit.
He said
But what
This is nuts. I
really don't give a fuck. What I will
This
say,
is like what? Why?
yeah, because y'all niggas is
You
disrespectful.
gotta listen to like, wait, what we did?
I had something to say. Trav said, what if her closing the door would have triggered one or the other students in the room? They can get the fuck out. They're not locked in on both sides, dummy.
Hold on, I got a question. What if closing the door, the teacher wasn't all the way out the door, and the door kind
No,
of
that
hit
bitch
her
was in
on
the
the
hallway.
leg?
No, she was in the hallway.
It looked like
Nah,
it looked like
She
the
was all the way in the
door.
hallway.
girl was coming back.
Oh,
Look at the
this is
video.
what I want to say. No. The teacher was already
Looked
in the
like the
hallway.
door
The girl
hit her.
tried to slam the door. The teacher realized she was trying to slam the door, and then she came back in. But what I do want to say is, did you guys notice?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you didn't because you didn't watch the second video. In the second video,
Yeah, I seen the second video.
none of
saw
the
it.
teachers went in to break up the fight. Did anybody
Yes,
notice
they
that?
did. We watched
Lie
them
again.
pull them.
Watch it.
We watched them pull them apart.
Watch
Yeah,
it.
my eyes don't work.
In the beginning, once they were already fighting, all of the teachers, they kind of took a defensive position because they weren't quite sure. And then at the end, somebody pulled it apart.
That's the teacher right there.
Not breaking shit up. They are on the floor.
And
They're teachers
getting in
too.
there right now.
They're-
Teacher's
No,
grabbing
they're
her.
not. No,
She's
they're
well, look.
No,
Boy,
what I'm
if my
That's
eyes
two
not working-
teachers.
what
That's
I'm
two
saying.
teachers.
Look, the teacher grabs her at the end. This is
No,
what I'm
they
look
grabbed him right
there's
as they're
another
going
teacher right
down.
there.
going down.
No,
There's
go before
one
they go
seat
down. Go before they go down. Go before. They're still up. Keep going.
All that
right there.
there's
That
a
lady's
teacher right
hands
there.
are in there.
Look,
Her hands are
play
in
it.
there trying to break it up.
Tried, but she backed off. Because teachers are not. We're not allowed
Oh
to break
God,
up
her
fights.
leg is broken. Oh
yeah,
my
it's
God.
broken.
Oh my God.
Yeah, her leg is broken.
I told you
we're not allowed.
she wasn't no gym teacher. She fell hard.
We are not allowed to break up fights, and we're not allowed to break up fights because of an insurance issue, because of issues just like that. Because
Just know
as a
that lady
teacher,
about to get
you can
hurt.
get hurt. As a teacher, you can get hurt, and you're out of work for an extended period of time of whatever. So they tell you in new teacher hire, they tell you in training, they tell you all of this, that if there is a fight, you need to go get the appropriate people to break up the fight. Teachers are not allowed to break up fights.
Oh Jesus, Lord of mercy, jeez. Oh my gosh.
Shout out, but one thing I do love about this conversation, Dodge is truly an advocate for these kids, and I do believe they need that. They need somebody in there that is going to see the
yes.
kid first before the adult. And I do. Having two kids in school,
There's a lot of.
I appreciate that.
There's a lot of hypotheticals going around. If you want to, first of all, if you want to comment on this, if you are a teacher, I know we have a lot of teachers that listen to the show that may have experienced something like this or just don't like some of the discourse that we've been having. Please hit us up at, sorry, that's the one, So Shameless Podcast at gmail.com, or you can DM us on So Shameless Pod on Instagram or Twitter, or shit, hit us up on the timeline. Let us know what you think about this situation. I will wind up having a Zoom convo with some of the listeners here about this, because there are a lot of opinions in the audience. Now, I'm going to get away from the kids for a second and just talk about... That's crazy.
Get away from the kids for a second.
And just talk about short people. Mouse, you may be able to relate. Was crazy.
Because, Tahoe is
Tory
6'5".
Lanez just came back into... Oh, that's good. That's cool. Into the public eye with a new...
Did he ever leave it?
Yo, did you...
The shit out of
You
me.
good?
You ain't see that fucking shit just smacked the shit out of me?
You walked into it.
You should have closed the door, Dodge.
It's the way that she has no sense of accountability, no matter... It's a fucking solid object.
You should have closed the door.
It smacked me.
It attacked me.
It attacked me.
See, teachers under attack.
I just want y'all to know that all of my belongings are on this side. I
You okay?
What's wrong with y'all here, man? All of my belongings on this side is nuts.
I'm watching. I'm okay. What the fuck going on here?
Ain't that her phone right there?
I'm reading it now. Oh,
Hey, on the board.
Yeah. That nigga be Christmas. Yeah. Hey. I'm shameless, so shameless. With my dogs on the block, it was dangerous. Take your girl out to eat and she's paying. I'm shameless, so shameless. I'ma go hit Tahoe up. Come bring the Tahoe truck, body bags on body bags. Come pick this garbage up. DJ mixing in the booth, he leave him traumatized up. I ain't got no time to waste. Let's get these commas up. I'm sitting in class, I can't even focus. Looking at teach, hoping that she don't notice. Titty sit right, that ass be poking. Sitting in the front, cause I gotta be the closest. I'm just waiting for the bell, let everybody leave. I passed with an A, but left her with a D.